Believe it or not, I had a request to make a video. I've been hanging out.
I'm on, Instagram. I mean, not YouTube, but what's the other one?
I'm on
Other song
YouTube
one.
and Google Plus, but there's different ones.
It's not YouTube, but
Different ones. So Jace,
SoundCloud. I'm on SoundCloud.
Okay.
There's some music on SoundCloud.
I made the earlier video today on Samuel chapter 18, and I came into town and came to see Mike.
Alright,
And then Jace was here, and Jace has been, we prayed already actually for his family. Now, Jace said he's making a video, so that's me on video.
And that's me on video,
Okay.
filming him while he's filming me, while you're filming me, while I'm filming you, while you're filming
So
me,
we
while I'm
got-
filming you.
I told Jace we'll do a double video. I said, well, mine will get probably a little more play on that.
Alright, I haven't taken a shower yet this morning, but my best friends over
Look,
here,
Jace
they're really
making
cool.
a video.
I haven't known him that long, but this guy, Preacher John right here, is a very cool guy. He,
Jace, I want you to tell me the truth. When I first met you, you thought I was a narc. Come on.
yeah, I did think you were a narc.
Everybody thinks that.
I was iffy.
Then
You know,
how
I was
come
iffy.
this
or
time-
I thought you were either narc
This
or like,
time when
like a pedophile or something.
This time when I walked up, though,
But you remind me of this guy Mike that I knew in Florida,
Okay.
and he was like you a lot. He looked like you, he talked like you, but he did a lot of drugs. And he was like
I'm
he was
so
like the
wrong
you
for
he
you.
was like the you when you were on drugs. You know what I mean? But he looked like everybody thought he was a narc, and everybody thought he was this, that, and the other. But he was the coolest, fucking down to earth, peaceful, just nice man in the world.
Jace, I'm going to fill you in because the people watch the videos. I asked a friend of mine, I'm not going to give the name. I asked a friend of mine about 2 weeks ago. I said, hey, have you seen Jace? Because I ran
Who'd
into
you ask that?
No, I can't tell you.
About what did he look like?
No, I can't tell you.
You can't tell me you asked
It was
somebody
not
about
bad.
me. and
No,
didn't tell me
I
not
said,
to
have you
do
seen
it.
Jace? He said, no, I think he left town because the guys was thinking he was a narc. I'm telling
I
you,
really need to know who you asked that.
I'll tell you when I shut it off. Because sometimes
Just don't put
new
this on
people,
the internet. I don't want this one on the internet.
it's got to.
I just can't. I can't because of what's going on.
No,
No, I
the
can't,
only
bro,
people
for
that
his
see this
sake.
is Christians, brother.
All right, look. This town, Nueces County, is very, very backwards. Okay.
He's making
The
his
justice system is backwards. My sister's in jail right now for. Let me tell you a little something. I robbed and kicked down doors and sold crack since I was fucking 12 years old. All right. I did it to survive. I did it because rich kids around me in Florida were wearing Jordans and had all this stuff and had $100, $600 bikes and
Listen.
could do anything they wanted. Go to TV, go have the best girls, and I was sitting there, little Jace, broke with holes in my shoes, right? Because my mom had to work 2 jobs to support 2 kids and to pay rent, and because she wanted to live by the beach. It was a little selfish of her. We could have lived in a trailer, but she wanted us to enjoy our life and live at the beach. But we were poor, broke as fuck. Anyway, I'm selling weed. This is like a little bit of my life story. I'm selling weed for a friend of mine. I'm not going to say his name, but his first name is Herbert. Ah, it's funny. He's like a street racer type dude. Anyway, I'm selling weed for him, dime bags of weed. It's a little petty shit, right? And I go to bring my sister and her boyfriend Blake a dime bag of bud because they ran out of bud on the beach. They were partying at the beach. And I was wearing a big old fucking camouflage white and black coat with fur around the thing. And, this was in like maybe 2002, 2000. I don't know, 13 years old, some shit like that, real young, middle school. And he goes, son, you want some good bud, You gonna give me this for $10? It's like a $20 sack. I'm like, dude, you're my sister's boyfriend, man. I'm gonna hook you up. That's my sister, right?
Mike's cooking.
I would give it to you for free, but I gotta re-up. And he was like, I like this kid, JoJo. Turns out this guy, this black guy, he was older. He was like 45. He wasn't a young cat. He was an old cat from New York. And I don't know how he came to end up in New York, into Florida from New York, but you can just leave that to yourself because there's serious ways why people come to the South from New York
Oh.
that are drug dealers.
Do they get a reputation?
What?
Like, they get a reputation if they're
Did
good.
I say?
No, you didn't say no.
Anyway.
Because in
There was
Texas,
no
they
reputation
totally-
from New York about him. It was just a mystery of what he did in New York. But in Florida, if you said the word Bleak, you respected whoever Bleak was around. Because Bleak is a very powerful man in Jacksonville, Florida, in Duval County. And he has his own rap label. And he's very low-key. He does not look like a drug dealer. He doesn't own a car. You cannot put this fucking shit on the internet, bro. Like,
No,
I'm talking about.
I don't want you. Then stop.
None of it.
Because everything goes on.
Just turn yours off then.
Okay.
Because I'm talking
Well,
about stuff
no,
that
then
can't be
let,
on the
I'm
internet.
going to do a little talk then, and then I'll turn mine off. Because I
Just
got to
turn
get
it all
something.
out and let me finish, and then we'll do yours. It'll be quick. just want
I
to
can't
talk
turn it
about
off because
stuff.
it's going to be the whole video.
Ah, fuck it. I don't care.
The one thing we talked
Bleak will
about.
laugh about this.
Listen.
Anyway, I said Bleak. I don't care anybody. Just don't put this shit on the internet, or I'll get killed. Like seriously, or just
I don't
mute
think
it
anybody's
or
gonna
something.
see
Mute it or something.
Oh, watch.
What the fuck was that?
You know, I got shocked.
Dude,
I
what the
was
fuck? It's okay. It's okay.
earlier. I sat on Mike's outlet.
We're gonna finish
shocked
it.
myself. Let me ask you this, Jason. We prayed for your family because your mom called, and she's in Florida, and kind of
Pause on the
you're,
Bleak thing.
you're hoping to maybe your mom will come this way to Texas because
I was thinking that might be an idea to get her, change the scenery for a little bit, and so I could, do the tattoo and jewelry thing with my friend here.
Yes.
with tattoo crazy man over here.
now this is only the second time I've seen you since maybe 2 weeks ago. You still
Maybe third time. Maybe
Okay.
third.
And Mike is hoping to do a little bit of. He wants to get some. Mike was telling me earlier. He wants to get some of the guys. There's a lot of artists that Mike knows that are on the street, and Mike is helping a few people right now. And he says maybe he'll get some work. Mike does sign work. They do paintings. He said and a lot of the artists that are on the street, they like to paint, but they're not making any money. He said maybe he'll put them to work. They'll start getting little jobs, contracting and all, which is a good idea. I said, yes, that sounds good to me, Mike. So Jace is kind of helping Mike out a little bit right now. They're helping each other out, and
No, he's helping me out. Period.
he's helping Jace out. But we talked about one scripture I'll give because Jace had some nice jewelry, and they were working on. Mike was making some jewelry, helping Jace with the tiger eye. And so I said, the Bible does have a lot about precious jewels and gems. In the book of Proverbs, we read a lot. This is tiger eye. We read a lot of verses that talk about wisdom is better than precious jewels. Understanding is better than wealth. And then in the Gospels, I mentioned Jesus used a parable about a pearl of great price. He said the kingdom of God is like somebody that's a pearl hunter. And he gets one pearl, and it's the big one. It's worth a lot. And he sells everything else just for the pearl. There's a few parables that talk that way. So you sell everything out for the kingdom because the kingdom has got a lot of value to it.
I
So
sell it for my family.
those were a few
and
verses.
Smoke some chronic.
Now,
and
give me-
get high and fuck bitches.
Before I turn-
But first, to help my family.
Okay, before I turn it off, now I want you to say one last word. I want you to pray for everybody. I want you to pray for all of our friends.
I don't really feel like praying right now, but I'm a very religious person, and it's just hard to pray on the spot.
We just prayed a little while ago. We were praying. Get it,
But
get
it's
on.
just hard to pray on the spot. What do you want me to pray for?
I got a lot of friends that watch the videos and just pray.
You want me to pray for all the homeless people?
Yes,
And
do
for everyone that's having problems?
Yes,
All
pray.
right, well, I'm going to say... All right, I have to hold my medallion.
Yes.
This is Mother Mary.
You prayed good before.
Right here. Where's the camera? That's Mother Mary. She's just as important as Jesus and just as important as God, because you know how your mother teaches you and raises you, or your father, whichever one does? They're who takes a big part in who you are in your life, because they're teaching you and you learn from them what they do. You watch them, they guide you, and that's how you become. And a part of you and your decisions, but they have a lot to do with it, because my mother has a lot to do with how I became. She's a strong woman. If it wasn't for her, I'd be a piece of shit right now.
Do you know?
All right.
Listen. Do you know the prayer that Mary prayed?
No, I do not.
Okay, listen. I'm going to give it to you.
Do that after I pray real quick, because I'm in the zone. I'm gonna pray.
Pray.
I want to learn.
Pray.
I really want to hear that though. I'm gonna
You
write
wouldn't
it down.
believe it came out of her lips.
I want to hear that.
Go ahead,
'cause
pray.
I didn't even know that existed.
Yes.
This guy's
Called-
freaking
okay,
awesome.
It's called Mary's Magnificat.
All right, well, I'm
and
gonna
it's in the
start mine
book-
with that.
It's in the book of Luke.
I want to know Mary's Magnificat, if however you say it, if she appreciates this.
It's
And I'm going to pray to Mother Mary and to Jesus, because you always have to pray to Jesus, to God. Our Father, Lord in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation. God, would you please understand, and Mother Mary and Jesus, that this world is not the same world that it was. It's become horrible. I mean, it's been a horrible world, people killing each other for oil, wars overseas going on for years, for eternity. It's never stopped. But our problems over here in the United States are a little bit different. They're not wars like them when they're running around killing each other over religious respects. That's been going on for years and centuries. Our problem is society and fucking iPhones and Instagram, Facebook, what kind of car I have, what kind of tattoo I got, what I'm doing tonight, where I'm going tonight, who am I fucking, what do I look like? Do I look good enough to walk down the street today? Do I look good enough to go out tonight? Do I feel right?
I'd be embarrassed to be seen around.
I'm talking more about now, about it. I'm not really praying. I'm just talking about what's wrong with society. It's fucked up. And you can talk to God like this, because you can talk to God real. This is how I talk to God every day when I'm walking down the street and I'm stressed out and I have nobody and I'm homeless and my family's across the country from me. And I'm stuck in Texas and they're in Florida and I can't go to them because this fucked up justice system won't let me go home to my family for no reason. I've been on probation for 5 years now and I haven't committed a single crime, okay? I've worked the entire time, held down a job, paid my fucking dues, stayed them every month. And I can't go to my home. I have to stay here. I give it right. I ran IMTR. I ran from Louisiana, but I didn't get a charge there. I ran to go work, okay, to make money, to survive, to pay rent. And what the fuck is wrong with that? Why can't I go to a different state and work to help my family? Why is that a crime just because I'm on probation? That's fucked up. That's another thing fucked up with the justice system. Another thing fucked up with the justice system. Now, this is more important. A little story about my sister. She's had about 4 gun charges, right? But she didn't shoot anybody. She just had a gun in her glove box going from Louisiana to Florida to hang out with some friends, okay? A woman in Louisiana, an Italian family, and pretty much every family in Louisiana says that if you're a woman, you don't go anywhere without a gun. And I don't think any woman in this country should go anywhere without a gun in their purse, unless they're a drug addict. If you're decent, and when I say woman, I mean a decent woman who cares about people, who takes care of their kids. Not a bitch, a drug addict, or a trick. They don't deserve a gun. They deserve a dick in the ass or a dick in the mouth. Truly, And this is religious, but I can say that.
I'll make it rated R. I do that on
This
the
is
video.
a rated R for sure.
tell
If I'm
people
ever going to
as
talk
they're
about
watching,
religion, I'm going to talk about what's real, because I'm a realist. And the world is cruel, and the world is real, and the world is fucking hard as shit, and we can cuss if you're talking about this real world today. And I don't even think God would care about cuss words, because they're really just, the way to express how you feel about something. Like, I'm like, this fucking spaghetti is awesome. I say that in front of, Italians cuss in front of their mom, no problem.
We were
Back and
talking
forth
about
with sons.
spaghetti a little
That's
while
how
ago.
Italians are.
I'm Italian. Jason's Italian.
By the way, he knows he's Italian too, but I had to tell him you gotta put a little bit of some sugar in your Italian. Like, this shit is
Okay, let me do Mary's Magnificat. Listen,
One more
Jace
thing,
told
one
me
more
he's got a
thing, one
little
more thing.
ADD, so
I got ADD, so one more
kinda-
thing. Spin it back,
Yes.
spin it back.
Do
I
it.
wanted to finish on rapists and murderers. My grandfather was murdered 3 years ago, okay? He was beaten in the head 7 times with a ball peen hammer. Then the dude tried to burn his house down with him in it. My grandfather was 73 years old, might I remind you. 7 times in the head, the skull, with a ball peen hammer, okay? Contusions, 7 of them. Do you know how bad that should kill anyone? That should kill a fucking cow, okay? My grandfather, after that, he wakes up in a burning house. He crawls out of the burning house into the front yard. And the motherfucker's trying to steal my grandfather's truck. Hit me and mine in my grandpa's truck because he was, I'm always driving him and he was too old to drive. And he never liked driving in my car because he called it a little fucking street racing piece of shit Japanese car. He didn't like that. He liked, American trucks. Anyway.
rice burner.
Rice burner, yeah. He didn't like it. He's like, oh, it's cool and all, but I'm not going to ride in it. Anyway, the fucker run over my grandfather and squished his head with the truck. And that's my truck now, and I still drive it. But that's my grandfather's truck, and I'll never sell that truck to the day I die. But the thing about this is, this guy's been on trial for 3 years. He sits there every time we go to court, and it's Jordan's, eating his 3 meals a day, sitting on his thing, watching TV in the afternoons. He should be beaten left and right every day.
But he's in jail. He didn't make
He's
parole?
in jail.
Okay.
He's not making parole. He's going through trial. He's pleading insanity.
Oh, so
You know what he
it's-
did? You
it's
know why he
delayed.
did this? You know why he did that?
I don't know.
He went in. His girlfriend is a part of it, and she should be in jail right now, but she's not because she snitched on him. And she told the feds where all the guns were. Because me and my grandfather have about, over 30 guns. We have about 12 shotguns, about 8 hunting rifles, 2 22s, a 357 Magnum, my 380 Grendel, my aunt's 38 Special. They were all there. We keep all of our guns at my grandfather's because we're all criminals. Like, not real criminals, but, we're wild. We're fucking coon asses. Like, we got charges. Like, me and my sister are both felons.
You had to...
My aunt's has like 6 DUIs, okay? But so I'm not allowed to have a gun in my house. So I have to keep all of them at my grandfather's. But wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
You're
My
right.
380 Grendel was in my truck at all times.
He's got no guns on him now, though, because he's on video. Listen.
Don't listen to this nigga. I always got guns. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Two
no.
of 'em.
Oh, yes, those.
And they're on my shoulder.
Listen, Jason. Mary's Magnificat, I'll end with this. When she, in the Gospel of Luke, it's referred to as Mary's Magnificat, meaning she magnified God. When she found out that she was giving birth to Jesus, she gives this prayer, but it's called a prophetic praise, and this is the gist of it. You're going to tear down.
Hold on. This is the prayer?
Yeah, well, I can give it to you right from Luke, but I don't have the Bible in front of me. But I'm going to just give
Just
it.
word it. I'd rather you word it in.
Yeah, but no, it's not going to be the exact words. But
Yeah,
she
yeah,
says
I mean,
God. She says God has raised up, understanding that she's going to give birth to Jesus. And she says God has raised up someone for salvation for us. Now, Elizabeth, also the mother of John the Baptist, uses the same words when she finds out she's going to give birth to John. Okay, they were cousins. And
Hold up. Someone for salvation for us?
God's raised up a great horn of salvation, meaning Jesus himself.
For us, right, and then
Also,
after
John
that,
the Baptist was a horn because he was a trumpeter for God. But he's going to tear down the mighty from their seats, and he's going to raise up the lowly. He's going to bring down those that are in authority.
So she's saying
this
that,
is Mary.
That she's saying that God is gonna raise up someone for salvation, like John and Jesus, who is gonna, and John the Baptist, who is gonna do what?
They're going to challenge the authorities of their day.
Right.
And they're going to bring down corrupt authorities, and the lowly are going to be
Like what's
raised
happening
up.
with people blowing cops' heads off right now in
It's
New
going to
Orleans.
be. It's very interesting because that prayer, if you read it and say, "This is the mother of Jesus saying it," you wouldn't think it. You would think the sweet mother of Jesus, which he was. But it's a prayer that is saying, judgment is now coming. That those that were getting away with corruption and authority in the time of Jesus, a man by the name of King Herod and others, but Mary says, now they're going to come down. And the lowly, the people that were oppressed, now they're going to be raised up. And that's the heart of that prayer. And it's powerful because it'd almost be like you're looking at some
Slow
active.
down a little bit. I'm trying to catch it off.
I'll give you the whole thing when we're done because
Right.
it's got to be in
Okay.
Luke. You don't have a Bible on you, do you?
No.
With you?
My Bible's in my friend's
Okay, I
car.
got one in the car. That's called Mary's Magnificat. I'll give you the exact thing when I give you a ride in a little bit. I'll
I like
show
your
it to you.
version. I want to see
Well,
it.
it's my
I'm gonna do
interpretation.
a rap with your street version. Seriously, I'm
And-
gonna do a strong song
It
with your
would be
version of
good.
it.
But the intent of that prayer was, you would think, it would be like a sweet
Mary's what?
religious
What's it called?
prayer.
Mary's what?
Magnificat.
How you spell
Mag, M-A-G,
it? Mag,
M-A-G,
M-A-G,
Nif, N-I-F,
and
I-C-A-T.
A-T. Okay.
A-T. And she's magnifying. It's a prayer of praise, but it's also a prayer, like I told you. The powerful.
Magnificat.
Yes.
Okay.
Magnificat.
That's
And-
a hard word to pronounce. Like,
Yeah,
proper-
that's how we refer to them. Okay, I'm going to end the video.
That's his. I don't know.
Mike is cooking pork adobe. He invited me,
Pour
but
that
I
out
got
right
food in the car.
Hey, you gotta see
Okay,
the glass.
that's the request for Jace Warner video. God bless everybody.
They got lemon in it.